Hey guys, welcome back to your 9 to 5 tech channel. And if you're pretty new here, welcome. Thank you for clicking on that video. We really need you over here. But today we're talking about we're giving the predictions on the S25 Ultra that is set to come out next year. For these predictions, I'll have to use 3 years in the past just to give you the idea or concept that I'm trying to give you. But before we do that, I'm going to convince you to touch that subscribe button and touch that like button before you click off to a next video. Here we go. 2017, 2020, and 2023. Huh. Those years are so important and you didn't even know it, do you? 2017 is the year Apple came out with the notch idea. Just a small bump on their top bezels to give us that selfie camera and that Face ID, and that changed the game forever on. I remember when they released that garbage back in the day, it was garbage. And we laughed at them. Android fans, iPhone fans equally. We hated that idea. We laughed at it. But guess what happened?
Samsung happened. They were the biggest ones to clown on Apple. They made ads, they made commercials clowning on the notch. But it didn't take them long. It only took them 2 years after in 2019 when they dropped their M series. They did what they called the teardrop selfie camera. Pretty much a tinier or smaller, really, smaller notch, and everyone was disappointed. With their flagship, though, what they did was do a hole punch in efforts to not seem too hypocritical. But either way, fans were not happy with them.
We weren't happy at all. We weren't happy. And quite frankly, they said, we actually don't care if you're happy. You will have to accept it. And sadly, we slowly accepted it. That punch hole, I believe, to this day, is the starting stone of what we see from the iPhone Dynamic Island. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this Samsung S25. And once again, they did it. In 2020, the next biggest move was set, and this move hurt all the consumers around the world of tech, of all devices, and to this day, it's the most hated. I would even say it's the most stupidest move made to any anything at all. But in Samsungs, in iPhones, in anyone eyes who's at the top of the food chain, this was the best move anyone could have given them. In this year, 2020, Apple decided it was no more. You should buy your own charger, and they're not adding that to the box anymore. The worst decision ever made. iPhone decided to drop their chargers out of the box. And it was hard on everyone, especially people who are spending so much money on this device, and then hearing, oh, well, you have to buy your own charger. And guess what Samsung did?
We have become a broken record at this point because Samsung They were quick to follow suit with this one. Once iPhone dropped the charger in 2020, it only took them 1 year for them to drop the charger as well.
Criminals.
With the release of the S21 series, they just completely did not include the charger at all. And they were quiet about this. All the other rumors were just these were the specs, these were the cameras, and all of that. But no news of them dropping the charger. And as per usual, the community was very upset. And Samsung, they stuck with it. They did not come back again with another charger in the box. Nope. They continued with decision.
You think that's what they were upset about? They were more upset about that headphone jack that Samsung decided to follow behind. I don't know what took them so long to follow Apple this time, but Apple did that back in 2016 and they followed pursuit in 2020. I don't know why Samsung took so long to copy that, as they are the biggest copycats in the tech industry. But it gets worse. As in 2023, Apple did it again and beat Samsung to the punch, or gave Samsung $1 million idea and decided to go titanium. It gets worse. As in 2023, iPhone did something that Samsung decided they had to copy one more time. They came out with a titanium body on the iPhone 15 and this whole series.
Were you expecting anything else from Samsung? iPhone did something Samsung copied. It's been that cat and mouse for years now. In efforts to increase the prices on their phones another year, Samsung copied the titanium built phone for their Ultra, which starts at a whopping 1,420 US dollars. And if you're buying that from a carrier, it's much more. And this Samsung also did the flat screen instead of doing the overflow edges as they've been doing for maybe 8 years at this point. So Samsung is turning a new leaf, but that new leaf is an old leaf for iPhone.
Exactly. And with all of that said, I think you can predict where we should be when this Samsung Galaxy, with all of that said, I think we can predict what we should expect from the S25 Ultra coming out next year. So whatever you see iPhone 16 doing, you should probably expect that on the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra and the dynamic island. I don't know. It's a very cool feature Apple has, and I'm saying we should probably expect to see it on our premium devices over Samsung Galaxy. But with all of that said, please do comment if you have any predictions of your own. Fun fact, iPhones seem to change the market every 3 years. I don't know if you noticed that. 2017, 3 years to 2020, and then like 3 years to 2023. I don't know. Just tell me if you saw that for yourself. But thank you, subscribe, and let's go.